consume my content. Like the Cookie Monster. Yeah. I imagine you're rolling.
Yes, I am.
Hey guys, Tay here, of course, down here at Lift Arc Studios, the old price filler machine shop, my new life. So in the last video you saw
me, Tay Whiteside, move stuff back in.
And it has been quite a while since that video. Walker will flash it up right here, the date in which that video was published. Let's all sigh. But we're back, and honestly, we are open for business. I have already been working in this shop now. I've done a few builds for some clients and I have more lined up, so I'm trying to hit the ground running. Walker, thankfully, has also been super busy with paying jobs, and so he and I have been, what little free time we've had available, we've been trying to film and organize and put these videos together for you. And so what we're gonna do is do what Walker has deemed a supercut, where the next 2 videos will have basically all the steps from where we left off to now. Just hit one after the other and we'll take you all the way through. So in this video, we're doing lights, we're installing the new light fixtures, the shrouds and the bulbs, we're building a custom shower. I say we as if I had any help. I'm building a custom shower. Then a crew came in and did the insulation, another crew came in and did the drywall and the plywood on the outside of the office. And then I paint the office, you probably see some of this blue color, and then the bathroom gets painted this cool copper orange color. And then we'll jump into part 2 in a different video. But thank you guys for supporting the channel and me and the business and everybody involved. You know, YouTube, you know, our channel's not big enough really to support monetarily, but one day. But anyway, thank you for watching. Enjoy this video and the next video. And then very soon, I've been filming builds that I've been doing, so we'll jump right into doing build videos and how-to. So thank you guys. See you next time. So basically with the lights and the ceiling, all the wire has been run to them. Everything from the panel to the light is connected and complete. All I need to do is wire up these wires that are coming into the lights to the actual sockets in the lights, and then put the covers on them and put the bulbs in. And once we have our electrical inspection, we can flip the breaker on and light this place up. So that is very exciting. I'm gonna work on that basically until the building inspector gets here. So he's gonna be here at some point today, but he didn't tell me when. So we're just hanging out and waiting for him to show up, but then hopefully we pass. But that's what I'm gonna do in the meantime. Okay, so I've made some good progress on the lights. I have 10 lights still to go, but I've wired and assembled 18 or 14. I can't remember how many lights I had. But here's what they look like when they're done. I got these reflector shields on them, and the wires that Chris, the electrician, ran into the casing is now wired up to the sockets for the bulbs. Which leads me to the next step is bulbs. And I'm gonna do that before I finish the lights because I need to order some parts. So each light requires 2 of these shields, these guys. And somehow when I was salvaging these from that commercial building in Maryland, I must have left some there. So I need to find 11 more of these reflector shields, and then I need to order 20 of the little metal clips that clip them to the housing. So there might still be some in my garage that I forgot, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to try to find some. But anyway, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Being that I'm at a stopping point with that, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the rest of the day inserting these light bulbs into the lights. So as a refresher, what we did was remove the ballasts because these used to be fluorescent fixtures, and I got some LED bulbs that fit the sockets, but they run off of line voltage. They run off the raw 120 volts that are coming into the light. And so you can just remove the ballast and wire the incoming power directly to the sockets. Snap in these light bulbs. I went with these I found on Amazon. They're called Parmita T8 4-foot LED tubes, and they are going to be 5000 K, which is more of a daylight white light instead of the traditional yellow light. So it should be camera friendly in here and look nice and modern and clean and bright. So I have 5 boxes of these. There's 20 in a box. So let's see how many I can burn through coming up now. Today, I am going to begin the endeavor that is building out my custom shower. Before we get to that, I want to point out a few things that we've gotten done. You may notice the insulation that's up. Shout out to Kent's Insulation here in town. They came in and did this in about an hour. And we've also started the HVAC endeavor. My buddy Jake, with Jake's Heating and Cooling here in town, has started fitting up a 2.5 ton air handler into this space above the bathroom, and we've also put the rooftop unit on the roof and started to drill holes through the roof to connect all those and power everything. And the windows are in. Glazing's almost dry after about a month and a half, and I'll be able to paint the glazing black on that one. And we've gotten the bathroom to a certain spot. So I've shown you guys this before: sink, toilet, shower. And my plan with the shower is to do it all myself. And I've been taking myself to YouTube shower school for a while, and as I understand it, there's a few different ways to do it. I've done a shower in my master bathroom, and I use the Weedy system, which is a system where you get a pre-sloped shower pan and then the waterproof wall panels, and you just put the pan down, you put the curb in, you put the wall panels up, you seal everything, and it's done. It's great, it works super nice, but it's really expensive. And for this shower, the quote I got for just the materials on the Weedy system was $1,600. So what I'm gonna do is a hybrid of a few different techniques. I am going to build my curb. Actually, I have a Schluter curb that I got from a friend of mine that he wasn't using. I'm gonna figure out my curb, and then I'm gonna pour my own shower pan and slope it myself. So you use what's called like bed mud or deck mud, and once you have the pan framed out, the area, you kind of put blocking in the walls here, kind of like this, but all the way around, and you got to get your curb put in. And once you have like a recessed area where the pan's gonna go, you basically just dump your you put some thin set on the ground, and you dump your deck mud in, and you slope it 1/4 inch per foot from the outside to the drain. And that, when I do it, I'll go over, kind of take you with me on that. There's quite a few steps to doing that right, but it doesn't look like it's gonna be that hard. So we'll figure that out when we get there. And then once you've sloped your pan and the deck mud sets up, then you put thin set on, the waterproof membrane on, put your wall boards up. And I think actually the wall boards, the waterproof stone boards on the walls go in first, and then you do your decking. I'll have to figure out what the right order of operations is there. And then you just use the Weedy membrane to cover your joints, corners, and all your edges. And then you come over it with Ardex 8+9, I believe, which is a waterproofing solution that I will coat the entire shower in once it's done, which makes it 100% waterproof, and then I can tile on top of that. So, I know that was a lot of information. The only reason it's so fresh in my mind is because I spent all morning researching what to do. And I'm fairly positive I know what I need to go get from Home Depot. So, nailed it. That's why you measure, folks. Got that hole bang on. Got that hole bang on. Feels good. We're here with Alex and Herman, Alex J Construction. Big shout out. They framed the office. And today we're doing OSB and drywall. Well, just OSB today?
Yeah.
Well,
Drywall. Maybe both.
maybe both. Is it just you two today?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll help as much as I can. But first board going up. Cue the montage.
Alright, well, I'll help as much as I can.
All right, well, Alex and Herman got a good start on the OSB on the outside of the office today. And I'm gonna turn this fan off so you can hear me. So they got this wall done. And they're starting on this wall. And they just went to lunch. They're gonna come back and take care of the rest of this. I have to go. I have some family in town, so I'm gonna leave them to it. I left Alex the key. And tonight, he's gonna come in with a crew and drywall the inside of the office. So I can't leave the camera here to see that happen. So next time I turn this thing on in here, hopefully I'm showing you guys their beautiful drywall work. The drywall crew was here all weekend, getting some things finalized. They're not quite done yet, but they're really close. What a drastic change. But I'll show you more of that later. Right now, we did OSB on the outside of the office. So I have some leftover primer from some house projects. So I'm just gonna throw some primer on the walls and see how it looks. See how much of this texture the primer can fill in on the OSB. So here we go.